Phil, how confident are you of getting those extra two blokes? I know BB yesterday was confident that you get all three. Taylor's obviously the first one. How confident do you think you can get them?
Like Tex said, I'm not sure where their minds are at. I just hope they, like Tex has, seen what's going on here. As Tex said, we haven't had success, but we're desperate for success. And if anyone's watched our training or heard our training, you probably have if you've been in the vicinity. So we're trying to raise the bar a little bit, and that's not being disrespectful about what's gone on here previously, but this competition that we're going into next year is going to be one of the most even competitions that AFL has ever had. It's going to be ruthless. It's going to be decided by small margins, and just having talent on your list or just thinking you're fit is not going to cut it this year. And we're going to make sure we're really well prepared, not to be just fit, but be as competitive as we possibly can be in everything we do.
Tony, you spoke about loyalty, and then you would have seen a couple of years ago that can cut both ways, where club champions moved on to Melbourne. If any player chooses to wait until the end of next year to decide what they want to do, have you got any issue with that?
If that's their decision, then if they're 100% committed to us on a Saturday afternoon for the next 12 months or whatever it is, then for me it doesn't bother me.
Phil, we all form opinions of the club before you come in, not believe from the outside, but now that you're in and you've been in there for a few days, what's your opinions and what have you got out of the first few sessions?
Yeah, I've got a lot of opinions, so I'm probably not going to tell them all to you today, but the thing I have noticed and has really put me at ease is that the guys have got an appetite for work. So whatever I've thrown out, and I've thrown out a couple of things that have been quite demanding of them, there's been no complaining, been no whinging, and they've just got on with it. So that's really good. The other thing I've seen is the players are not happy with what's gone on here previously, particularly in the last 2 years, mediocre results. They don't want to be mediocre, and I'm not about being mediocre as well. So I'm really excited about that, but I'm sure there's 17 other clubs who are saying the same thing right now. Like I've already said, it's going to be a ruthless competition this year.
So to take that a little further, players not happy with what's gone on previously, perhaps both of you can answer this. Is there a player responsibility with that as well?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt, Michelangelo. I mean, ultimately, it's the players out on the field that get the job done. And we can have the greatest strategies, the greatest coaching in the boxes, but it's the collective strength of the playing group when those critical moments happen to whether they stand up or not. And unfortunately, this year and a little bit of last year, we didn't do that enough, and that's what we want to try and rectify. Our good is good enough, and as I've said previously, we just got to be able to do it for longer.
Touched on training before.
So sorry, just Tony, do you want to talk on the players' behalf about how you're not happy and how much players are taking responsibility for that?
Well, we play footy to play finals, don't we? We haven't made finals the last 2 years, and as players we take full responsibility. As Phil said, they can have their strategic plans, everything in place, but if we don't execute on game day, then we take full responsibility.
So how do you change that then?
Well, knuckle down and train hard. As I said, I think we've got talent, and I think Phil coming over is going to give us a bit of edge of hardness, and I'm really looking forward to having a full pre-season this year. I know as a forward group last year we had a lot of blokes come over, Eddie come over, Pods come over. I didn't have a pre-season, JJ had a limited one, so did Tommy Lynch, so I'm really looking forward to getting together as a group and train as hard as we can.
Touched on training before, Phil. What was it like when you were there and your old mob showed up and were watching you carry that session out?
You might not believe me, but I didn't even notice him. I didn't even notice him.
Well, guys,
Phil, what sort of model do you want in a leadership group?
Yeah, so there'll be 6 people in our leadership group, and they'll be decided by the players.
Captain though?
One captain, yeah.
So Phil,
I did say, and I just want to correct one thing, I have said in the media that I will select the captain. I did get reminded there was a fair bit of I in a couple of things I've said. Obviously that'll be ratified by the board, but I will make the suggestion of who I think should be the captain.
you feel a substantial weight with Taylor's decision and announcement of weight's been taken off. Is there something you'd less to be worried about?
Look, it's great. It's great to have Taylor on board. He's an influential person. He's got great talent. I'd be stupid to say I don't want to lose him. So there's a weight off my shoulders. One thing I've noticed, and this is probably the big difference and one of the reasons why it's taken me a long time to be a senior coach, is there is a bit of a heavier weight on you as a coach when you are the main man. Knowing that Taylor's going to be with us for a number of years to come, I might not be waking up at 3 a.m. Hopefully it might only be 4 a.m. this week.
Is the 4 a.m. because of Dangerfield?
It actually was, Michelangelo, a little bit of jet lag coming back from Europe, but one thing that happens when you're the senior coach is everyone comes to you, and I didn't realise that. I got told, you know, I've obviously been in the industry a lot, but when they actually do come to you and it's, you know, 5:30 and you want to get out of the place and you've still got to put a smile on your face and listen to what they've got to say, I'm realising something I got told a long time ago. Got to get to work a little bit earlier and go to work a little bit later. And luckily for me, that's something I've always done.
Listening to Phil speak at the moment, Taylor, Reg touched on it before, the discontent. Would have this played out, I don't want to dwell on past too much, would have this played out differently if Sando was in that chair with the discontent that we've spoken about earlier?
As I said at the start, I'm fully confident with the playing group. We've got a talented list, but for us to strive and get success, we've got to work hard. And I'm confident that this whole playing group wants to get better, wants to train hard, so we can get where we want to go.
Well, we're going to have an answer from Patrick by round 1. Do you think after what you're feeling at the moment that...
It's hard to call, Rich. You know, it's hard to call. I think I have said publicly I'd rather it done early. Of course I would. You know, I would like that to happen. If it takes longer, it takes longer. It is what it is.
How much of a priority was it, Taylor, to get this done early so there wasn't a contract circus surrounding you all season?
You blokes love a circus, don't you? But as I said, I keep saying it, I'm just confident in this group, and this decision for me was easy. I don't see why I needed to drag it out. The club have been great for me, and I love this footy club, love the town, and love my mates that I play with.